Welcome and welcome back to the Stash. It's that time of the month again when we torture ourselves and take a look at the brand new issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. Honestly, I can't even remember much of what happened last time, and all I can really recall is that there was an extremely boring and bad plot. I think my mind just genuinely tries to block out whatever I've read of Zeb Wells to protect my mental health. I'm just so sick and tired of the Goblin Spider story, and the fact that it's still being shown on the covers is only making me more worried that he'll return somehow for a third time now within this one volume. But anyway, that's enough speculation. Join us today as we go over the latest installment of the series, The Amazing Spider-Man issue 53. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly let you all know that we are trying to reach 3,000 subscribers before the end of the month, and I know it's a huge ask, but with your help, I know we can do it. So if you like Spider-Man or just comic content in general, feel free to stick around and maybe hit that subscribe button. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get straight back into the video. So just in case you haven't seen the previous uploads, like if there is a playlist, I'll go over a quick recap. The Green Goblin is back, and he's transformed Peter Parker into the Spider-Goblin. After decimating the Sinister Six, Peter was confronted by his clone CHASM, who managed to snap Peter out of the Spider-Goblin persona through the use of his psychoactive goo, though he had been hoping for a more lethal effect. Meanwhile, Miss Marvel and the Walking Brain have formed a team to enact a secret plan devised by Spider-Man in preparation for the Green Goblin's eventual return. While they've gathered allies Dr. CURT CONNORS, JONAH JAMESON, the former robotic arms of Dr. Octopus, and the terminally unlucky Beyond-turned-Oscorp employee DOUG, they're noticeably down a Spider-Man. Worry not, gentle readers, for they've found one heck of replacement. The Web-Whanger himself. REK-RAP. What? Now, unfortunately for me, the first page just brought back everything that happened in the last issue and what I can only describe as an overwhelming pain from my curse of knowledge. So our story properly begins with Oscorp confirming to Norman Osborn that once Peter gives his consent, he will fully inherit the Osborn Empire. They ask if he's in his right state of mind, which ticks him off and he just leaves the call. He's then informed that Peter Parker has accessed Clean Room Sigma, and the Green Goblin prepares for the encounter. I really don't know what it is, but there's just something about seeing the word Sigma in this Spider-Man title that's just like the icing on the cake. To his surprise, he's instead met by a team of Dr. Connors, the Walking Brain, REK-RAP, and Miss Marvel, also known as Special Ed. It's slobbering time? Ew, man, what the hell? Get away from me! They explained to Norman Osborn that with the help of some clone cards, they were able to get into the building, and then the fight between the Goblin and the group begins. I'm honestly just sick to death of Kamala appearing in this book, and even in Spectacular Spider-Man. It just feels like Marvel is still trying to shoehorn her way into more Spider-Man titles, and she's just not a character who should be in any of these sort of comics. I miss the team-ups with Daredevil, even the Fantastic Four. Why can't we get those again? They can't use the continuity of the other books as an excuse, because they've shown plenty of times before that they don't actually give a shit about making other titles feel connected. It's honestly like Marvel just keeps shouting at us, "Hey guys, do you know Kamala has a new book out? Didn't you? Go buy it. For the love of God, just go buy it. We've had to cancel each and every book featuring her, so please buy her book. We know you don't like it, but if we don't put her in everything, Disney will stop giving us DEI money and will be very angry at us. We can't have Kamala's mere presence tank any other product, so help us out and buy her stuff. We even shoved her in X-Men to make you like her. You like X-Men, right? Right? Guys, why are you leaving? It's f***ing bullshit. They've made her an Inhuman, they've made her an Avenger, had every hero and their mother praise her, stuff her in every book they could, and even now made her an X-Men, yet fans still don't give a shit.
But we just wanted to get out of my house!
Now you might be wondering, where's Spider-Man? I mean, this is his book after all. I don't know what would give you the impression that it isn't, besides his, constantly losing fights, barely appearing throughout the several month-long gang war storyline, being made fun of all the time, and the usual Parker luck shining through occasionally. Anyway, the Web Crusader is trying to quickly combine the Winkler device with the Spear, the two causes of this shit show, so that he can take down the Green Goblin for good. While doing this though, he's also struggling to battle his own inner goblin demons within his mind, so it's sort of like a race against the clock situation. Now, contrary to Kamala's popular belief, this team of morons are actually no match for someone as deadly as the Green Goblin. I mean, like he said, if Spider-Man himself couldn't beat him, even though he has, but whatever, then how does she expect herself to do so? You know what? The whole fight can just be dumped in the file of a whole bunch of stupid shit. The walking brain wants Connors to fight the Green Goblin to a standstill using Otto's arms? Are you serious? Like, what would make you think a normal man would be able to do any sort of fighting against the Green Goblin using arms he's never used before? Like you'd guess, the Green Goblin just throws him around like Hank does to Janet.
Why you boring me? I'm right.
Then the bane of my existence, REK-RAP, leaps into an attack against the Gobster and tries to kiss him. Is he stupid?
Yeah. I'm man.
Now, in what can only be described as sheer beauty, the Green Goblin does the reverse glider attack and hopefully kills REK-RAP. Seriously, has Zeb Wells just been on his Raimi fanboy phase? Because every Goblin story he's done just somehow relates to those movies' continuities instead of the comics. And before any of you comment like, oh, Green Goblin died with that attack in the original ASM issue 122, yes, I know, I've read it, I own it. I'm talking about the stupid kiss thing, I'm talking about the continuity with Peter and him being father figures, whatever, I know it. We get a quick diversion to see that Kraven is now on his way to Oscorp, but anyway, back to the fight. Kamala shouts murderer even though no one in comics really stays dead. She should know that better than anyone else. Yep, it sure is a shame when your whole shitty character has to get changed all to fit in with stupid MCU synergy. Remember that time Peter looked exactly like Andrew Garfield in 2012? Yeah, me neither. Goblin throws pumpkin bombs at Kamala, which for some reason do nothing. Like, they're clearly close enough to at least damage her suit, but whatever. Now, in the biggest I'm him moment in comics history, the walking brain goes up to Goblin all confident like saying, this is the key to your defeat, and then kills himself.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Now, Connors failed horribly when trying to use the Otto arms, and rightfully so, but for some reason Kamala is just a pro with them without practicing at all and manages to land consecutive hits on the Green Goblin. Anyway, Peter finally joins in on the fight, and then eventually, him and the Green Goblin take it into the tunnel, and I know how hard that must have been for Zeb Wells to finally let Spider-Man appear again in the story, because we just know how much he hates the character at this point. Kraven stops the Special Ed gang from following Peter and the Green Goblin as they made their way down the chamber, but you'll never guess what happens next. To cap a whole bunch of stupid shit, Goblin uses the spear on himself, releasing the Sins back into Peter, because apparently, now get this, the Sins wanted him all along, and this was a part of Goblin's big master plan. So the Green Goblin was confident that CHASM was for some reason going to randomly try to help the Spider-Gobster, and that CHASM was for some reason going to randomly throw a random unfathomable substance at him, and that said substance was for some reason going to randomly restore Spider-Man's identity, even his suit for some reason. All of this before Spider-Goblin destroyed the spear as the Green Goblin, for some reason, considering he wanted the spear, asked him to.
Right.
And the massive cliffhanger is we're going back to the Spider-Goblin for a third fucking time in Zeb Wells' entire volume of ASM. And I'm guessing since the spear will make Peter into that spider who gobbles, the Winkler device will also make Norman into the amazing Goblin Man. What the fuck? The Spider-Man comics are just a bad copy of the Arkham subreddit at this point. We've had the beloved Spider-Goblin Ham Asylum, then we've got the critically acclaimed sequel Spider-Goblin Ham City, and then to cap the trilogy with the mixed received third game Spider-Goblin Ham Night. I think I'm going insane.
Get this man to a hospital, now!
One thing I just really hate about these issues made by Zeb Wells is that they just have no substance to them. When you take a real long hard look at these comics, it's just continuing the trends that most brand new Days stories set, but just amping them up to a whole new level. It's just brainless action with barely any dialogue. It's like they're just trying to fill up 20 pages as quick and as easy as possible. There's genuinely nothing worth remembering in these books, and I just can't wait for them to be forgotten. I know a lot of people hate the Clone Saga, but that shit is leap years ahead of this trash. At least the Clone Saga had a bit more depth to it. Was it crazy, confusing, and all-round pointless considering how that story ended? Yes. But we got to see Peter's personal life still and the many ways the story affected it. Here though, there's none of that. We have not a single scene, showing Peter's real life behind the mask and the way this is all affecting him or the people he loves. You retcon the best marriage in comics just to make him a man-child again and bring back his 400-year-old aunt who is bound to go any second of the day, even if the bullet never hit her. And yet, she's nowhere to be found in this volume, save for a few brief appearances at the start. I can't remember seeing her in more of the later issues. So, it baffles me. Because what was the point of ruining Spider-Man comics all to save her if you're not even going to use her anymore? We haven't seen Felicia or MJ as well in forever. I know they're busy having the new comic cancelled because who really wants to read that shit, but like I said before, don't pretend it's like you actually care about the continuity anymore as an excuse to why they're not showing up. You've proven multiple times that you actually do not care a single bit about that. These were classic important characters of the book that would actually show up, but now they're what? Obsolete because we have a new writer with the attention span of a 5-year-old who loses interest unless Spider-Man is fighting at all times? Jesus, imagine him trying to read the original Ultimate Spider-Man origin story.
No. Wait.
We've spent the last couple of years just absolutely shitting on Spider-Man and the entire ASM title, and now that his time on the book is finally coming to an end, I just find it funny how quickly he's trying to put all the horrible new toys he made back into the box. It's evident in this story, especially with REK-RAP's death. Only thing that we can really hope for is the next toy to be put back is just Paul. Kill him off. I don't care how you do it. Just get rid of this guy. I know it's a joke at this point of how things in Spider-Man comics always revert back to the status quo, but these new additions are just so fucking bad, please. On the bright side, at least, there's only 5 more issues of this crap. Well, 5 more issues until Joe Kelly takes over for a little bit. My god. We're never going to escape Brand New Day, are we? What did this man known to the world as Spider-Man do to deserve such a harsh and cruel punishment? What did we, the fans, do to deserve the real-life Mephisto, Zeb Wells himself, to write ASM for so long? And then for what, Blackheart to take over his son, Joe Kelly? My god. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because here, any support means so much. I'd love to hear what you thought of this issue down below in the comment section. We can start a conversation. With all that being said, be sure to tune in next time. Same web time, same web channel. Thank you guys again for watching, and see you in the next one.